Right, good evening. It's just gone 7 o'clock, so welcome to this meeting of the Cabinet. Welcome to those in the audience and those watching at home. My name is Councillor Shantanu Rajawat, and I'm the leader of the Council and also chair of this meeting tonight. Hopefully you get something out of it. There's quite a bit on the agenda, and hopefully there's something of interest to you. So welcome everyone. Cabinet members will introduce themselves, I'm sure, as they speak. I'm also here with officers around the table who support Cabinet members, as well as Councillor Peter Thompson as leader of the opposition, who gets an invite, a standing invite to Cabinet as well. We'll crack straight on with the agenda, starting with agenda item 1, which is apologies for absence. I can see everyone here except Councillor Ajmer Garawal, who has sent her apologies. Are there any declarations of interest from members? And any communications from members or to members? And can I ask members, voting members tonight, to note the monitoring officer's note on interests as well? Moving on to agenda item 2, minutes of the meeting held on 21st of February. I'll take those page by page. Do shout if you've got any corrections or any matters arising from them at the same time. Starting on page 7, page 8, page 9, page 10, page 11, page 12, page 13, page 14, and finally page 15. Colleagues, are you happy for me to agree and sign those minutes? Agreed. Thank you very much, everyone. Good. Right, we then move on to agenda item 3, which is budget monitoring for period 10. That is a report from me. This is a regular report that comes every period to Cabinet to update Cabinet on the financial position. It's very important that we are open and honest about the position. We know that pressures exist in certain areas. Obviously, we are very ambitious for the borough, and we've got ambitious plans for that. And part of that is making sure that we look after the money tightly. We know that there are areas where there are pressures, and it's really important that we continue to understand those and work on bringing those down wherever possible. And that rigour carries on throughout the process, even between reports as well. There are some specific recommendations, which are G to I, in addition to the other recommendations A to F as well. And so I move that report. We have to second.
I second the report and reserve my right to speak.
Okay, it's good. It's open for discussion or questions. Can't see anyone indicating. So I'll take it. No. So I'll take it to the vote then. The recommendations are on page 16 and 17, A to I. Can I see all those in favour? That is agreed. Thank you very much. Then move on, as soon as I find the page, to agenda item 4, trading company business plan, and I hand over to Councillor Lambert.
Thank you, Mike. Yeah, so this is about the business plan for the Lambton companies for 2023-24. It's a requirement that one is agreed each year to oversee their services over the course of the year. It'll be the financial resources will be put into place by the Executive Director of Finance, and the thing that will have to be approved separately is any acquirement of sites, which will have to come back to Cabinet. There will be there's expected a £3.6 million deficit in Lambton Leisure. And that will be met by a mixture of operational changes and some financial support to be agreed by the council. It's very difficult to run a leisure thing on break even as we plan to, mainly because of inflation and fuel. So that's it. It's the trading plan, the company plan is here. It's pretty positive. There are clearly some issues and some risks, but the Lambton companies are going pretty well.
Thank you, Councillor Lambert. I'll formally second that report and reserve my right to speak. It's now open to debate. Councillor Sheen, sorry.
Thank you very much, Leader, and thank you, Guy, for that. I'm Councillor Salman Shaheen, Cabinet Member for Parking, Parks and Leisure, and of course, under the leisure portfolio, I've been meeting regularly with Lambton Leisure, with their managing director, and of course with officers overseeing the service. And I just wanted to endorse everything you've said, but also to point out that I firmly believe that Lambton Leisure was on a very good trajectory right up until Liz Truss happened, and there was they were performing an excellent service to the borough. They took over from Fusion in difficult circumstances mid-pandemic and turned it around with. And thank you to my predecessor in role, Councillor Samia Chowdhury, for her work with Lambton Leisure on that. And they were moving in a very positive direction and continue to move in a positive direction with membership rapidly increasing in many of the different leisure centres, including in my ward in Isleworth. And I think if you look at the exponential rise in costs that have come, the inflationary pressures, and of course around the energy crisis and heating pools, it has put a colossal demand on them. But through my many meetings with them over the last months, I am convinced that they have a robust plan in place to tackle the issues they're facing, and hopefully put themselves on a good position, I hope, towards breaking even, and then maybe even one day turning a profit.
Thank you, Councillor Shaheen. Councillor Thompson.
I was going to ask about membership with Lambton Leisure, but obviously it's now been.
Thank you, Councillor Thompson. I'll come back to you, Councillor Lambert, in summing up. You can address those points. Anyone else on this item? No. Councillor Lambert would like to sum up.
Yeah, they had a bad month in, I think it was November. It might be in October, but since then they've come back really strongly. They've got back more than they ever lost, and they've beaten all their targets in the last 3 months. So it's going very well. Having had a real glitch, but they're back on plan.
Okay, thank you, Councillor Lambert. The recommendations for this report are on page 54. Can I see all of those in favour, please? That is unanimously agreed. Thank you very much. Now move on to agenda item 5, the trading company's performance for Q3. Back to you, Councillor Lambert.
Thank you. As Councillor Thompson already pointed out, we had a bit of a glitch in one of the services towards the end of Q3, which we shouldn't really be talking about yet because it's that we'll know about in Q4. But anyway, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong one. The 22-23 quarter 3 performance was as it was. Lambton Community Services, which is Coalo plus Recycle plus Greenspace, lost their numbers by 0.7 million pounds. This was entirely due to Coalo, which had some problems with inflation and some other problems. The others, recycling, which is I've just learned today actually, it's the second cheapest of services amongst the 11 equivalent councils that we benchmark against. And the quality of the work done by Lambton Recycling is excellent, with a 99.98% collection of bins, which is remarkable. I always have to ask them twice because I can't believe it's true. Lambton Homes also doing very well, but buying homes, getting people into them, the vast majority in truly affordable homes, coming off somewhere off the council list. And Lambton Leisure, we've already talked about, has a big, has some big issues. Also, Lambton Homes are busy building on the new road triangle in Feltham. Last time I looked, they were 2 months ahead of program, which is quite remarkable in a large thing and below cost budget. So that's going very well indeed. So that was Q3. Thanks.
Thank you, Councillor Lambert. I'll second the report and reserve my right to speak. It's now open for discussion and debate. Anyone on this one? Councillor
Dunn. Yeah, just to say it's really interesting read and to look across the whole portfolio of how our companies are doing. And obviously there's variances there and mixtures and some kind of doing very well and others having a bit of more of a hard time, as has just been discussed for the reasons discussed. But I want to echo what Councillor Lambert said about the recycling and the work that we're doing there, and it's something that I've been learning more about, and what we're doing through West London Waste as well. And it's such an important thing, and really what we do with our waste and how we're actually starting to look at it not as waste, but what we no longer want or need to look at as an asset instead, and how we can use it either through reuse, through recycling and use of the materials, reducing the residual as much as possible. But even then we get we get energy from waste, and we get energy from our food recycling and so on. And we're really starting to look at that. And I think the exciting thing is going to be how we communicate that to our residents as well, and really help them to see what we're doing there as in that area, and how it all contributes to our ambitions in terms of the climate emergency, reducing our carbon footprint, and what they can do to help us there as well.
Thank you, Councillor Dunn. Anyone else? No. Okay. Can I, now that you've done both reports, I thank you, Councillor Lambert, for all the hard work that you've done, keeping your finger on the pulse here for both of these reports, and also put on record thanks to the teams at Lambton, but also our internal teams who do a lot of work in the background as well. So with that, the Cabinet is asked to note the performance report for Q3 on page 83. Can I see all those in favour? That is agreed. Thank you very much. Now move to agenda item 6, delivery plan monitoring. Members will know that as part of our ambitions for Hanso, we have a very comprehensive delivery plan. It is absolutely important that we keep track of how we are progressing through that delivery plan, and provide both Cabinet and the Council assurance that we are on track and we are delivering against those plans. So this is the Q3 monitoring of that. There are some small changes that are asked within this report in terms of the people, changes to the people portfolio of the delivery plan, and the creation of 5 programs within the place portfolio as well as a capital portfolio, as well as a few others. So I formally move the report. Second.
Yep, second the report.
Okay, and reserve your right to speak. It's now open for discussion and debate. Anyone wish to contribute on this one? No, can't see anyone indicating. So the recommendations are on page 111, 1 to 5. Can I see all those in favour? That is agreed. Good. Right, move to agenda item 7, quarterly performance reporting. Again, in the same way that we should absolutely report on our delivery plan. The performance of the council is very important in terms of delivering value for money and the services that our residents value and indeed demand from us. So this is the Q3 performance report for Cabinet's consideration. And it's there for noting. So I formally move the report. Councillor Dunn, do you want a second?
Yep, second, I reserve my right to speak.
Okay, it's open for questions, discussion, debate. Anyone? Can't see. Councillor Bruce.
I mean, just because I haven't spoken this evening, I suppose. No, I mean, I'd say all the reports that they pretty much do what they are saying on the tin, aren't they? I think we are able to get through them quite quickly this evening because there's a lot of activity going on here. It's very clearly laid out, and I don't think there's much comment that needs to be made. My comment here is that I think this shows that activity actually really well now. We've gone through many dozens of iterations of this kind of report in the time that I've been here. I mean, I think I've seen them all, and we've come back to the beginning again. No, I mean, we haven't. We are, there are loads of different ways of doing this, but it is clear, and that's the main thing. And you read down the report and you can see what you need to see. And I just want to thank people for getting us into a place where we're really starting to be able to easily see how things are progressing, how things are performing, that we can pick up as a cabinet with our officers, things that we feel we need to, that hopefully residents are going to feel, without delving too. I know some people like to delve right into the detail, but most people just want to have a snapshot of what's going on and be able to ask questions based on that to councillors or leaders of the council and officers of the council. And I just think this sets that out really well. So, it's clear which portfolio holder is in charge of those sections, the trajectory that they're going, how they're performing at that time. And yeah, we're in a good place here. That's what this is telling me. We've got a lot of work to do. Another 3 years of this administration with a load of ambitions that we have that we are determined to deliver on, but we're heading in the right direction.
Thank you, Councillor Bruce. Anyone else? No, I can't see anyone else indicating. So Cabinet is asked to note the Q3 performance report on page 127. Can I see all those in favour? Okay, that's agreed unanimously. And I think we're almost at the end. So I've not had any referrals from any other council committees. Neither have I had any urgent business. Date of the next meeting is 7 p.m. on Tuesday, the 18th of April. I look forward to seeing you there. Thank you all for joining us, either at home or here in the public gallery. Have a good evening. Thank you.